gradient, right? And you mentioned addiction, just so one of the things we've done that's unique is we've identified genetically the two types of major addictive personalities. So there's the folks who have that regular risk reward addiction, that like, I need to do something every day to achieve my sense of satisfaction, pleasure. But then there's other people who have a binge based addiction. It's still an addiction, but it's not the I need to do it every day. And excuse me for being frank, the best example of this is pornography. There are people who are addicted to pornography in general, and any pornography gives them that pleasure. But then there's people who are addicted to a very specific kind of pornography. They have a fetish or a kink or something, and they only derive pleasure from that. So it's not any kind of pornography. It is a specific kind. That's literally down to a genetic predisposition, right? So there's people out there saying, I don't need to watch pornography every day, but if I want to get myself pleased, I can only watch a specific kind. And that literally comes down to, well, how are your brains processing things like dopamine, things like noradrenaline? Literally it's down to that. So you have your binge addictors, and then you have your risk reward addictive personalities. The risk reward addictive personalities can become addicted to all sorts of things, but are most likely, if they're successful, addicted to business. So those are your serial entrepreneurs. Those are your salespeople who are like the top 1% of sales. Those are, your bungee jumpers and your skydivers and your elite athletes, because they become addicted to that specific methodology, right? They're also the people at greater risk of depressive tendencies. Why? You ever heard the Rolling Stone song, I Can Get No Satisfaction? They can literally not achieve satisfaction if they don't have challenges in their life. So if this person who is driven by risk reward behavior loses their job or fails in their business and they don't have a challenge to work for, they can develop depression as a result of not having a challenge to work for, right? Whereas the binge addictors, they are addicted because they just love the pleasure of it so much. So they're like totally invested in it. And their risk is anxiety. Most of them go through periods of anxiety. Oh, I can't feel my pleasure anymore. Or I can't do this, or, I'm not going to be able to do my binge this week or every 2 weeks. And that drives a lot of their anxiety. So literally we drew a line and identified the two types of addiction. And then, so the treatments or the recommendations from diet, from lifestyle are different. We're not going to treat them the same ways, because they have different personalities that need to be addressed.
So in your test, you can categorize people either way.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Of course, some people don't have any of these, and, they're lucky ones.
Yeah, some people are just, we call them Zen masters, and we actually describe them in our test like they're just coasting along, right? Just kind of, they don't have a crazy reaction.
Like yeah, I was like, you're just always like this?
Their happy face and their sad face and their anger, it's one face. This is me happy. This is me sad. This is me, like, it's just kind of like one emotion with little blips up and down. Literally, it's down to their genes. And we can identify those Zen masters. And those guys are the best operational folk. Like, they just get the job done. You know what I mean? Like, they can work the same job for 20 years because it's about getting the job done. They don't care about the detail. They just want to get the job done and coast through life.
One thing I can say is that the world need all of the different types.
Yeah, exactly.
We all have our important functions.
Yeah, because each person, if you give them the tools to succeed, they'll create all sorts of incredible things, right? Like the binge addictor, if you give him something to binge on that's healthy, they'll go in and develop the most innovative technologies because they're just so invested in the thing that's making them happy. And so they'll perform outstandingly versus, the serial entrepreneurs. Well, we need serial entrepreneurs because they're coming up with innovation and new techniques all the time. And then you have the guys in the middle that are coasting along. Well, everyone needs an operations guy. And those operations guys kind of just coast along. Like, I know what my job is. I'll take care of it. And so you're absolutely right. We need every kind, and none of these is a bad, genomic profile. There's nothing, it's not bad. It's just, that's who you are. So let's optimize your genetic potential and get you performing at your best based on your profile.
So fascinating.